I'm Sandra Mundy. I'm a partner in Cowper Kreston. I'm a member of the Business Restructuring and Insolvency team, and I principally operate out of Southampton office. I work with businesses in financial difficulties, be they the small village pub where husband and wife team have maybe got into troubles with HM Revenue and Customs through not having paid their VAT, to a large employer employing 800, 1,000 people, which similarly may have cash flow difficulties and not be able to pay a wages bill, for example. At the other end of the spectrum, I also work with businesses that are very solvent and that their proprietors have been very successful in their careers, and they are looking now for a tax efficient way to exit that business, and they may need a solvent liquidation, or they may be looking to reconstruct their business in some way, maybe passing on part of that business to the future generations whilst retaining some of it for themselves. And there again, we can help with a 110 liquidation in those scenarios. Cowper Kreston, I believe, is different because we are working with businesses that are probably not hugely dissimilar size to our own, and therefore we also face some of the issues that those businesses will be facing. So we have empathy with those businesses. And what we might be able to offer, as opposed to a smaller firm, is much larger range of expertise. For example, in the Business Restructuring and Insolvency department, 6 of us are qualified insolvency practitioners, so that would be a much higher level of expertise than you would expect from a normal size a firm of our size. My first guest for dinner would be Sir Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of the World Wide Web. I'd like to know what he thought of his impact on the world that his invention has had. And my second guest would be Frank Gardner, the BBC securities correspondent. I think he's seen some very interesting things on the war on terror, and I'd like to know his views about those. And then my third guest, probably most people may not have heard of Charlotte Dujardin. She is a dressage expert, I think it's fair to say. She holds Olympic titles, she's the world champion, and I was fortunate enough to be there in 2012 when she won Olympic gold in London, and I'd love to hear her views on dressage.